Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 59, Nasdaq's up 50, S&Ps are up 6.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Teddy Kekstadt, as we do each and every Wednesday at 40 past the hour. You can check out Teddy at Forex Trading Unlocked. You can also come over to our website at TFNN, and right out in the Nadex News, you're going to see Teddy writes out there. Teddy in Nadex Market News. And he's actually going to be doing a webinar on the Nadex Educational Investments.
I think in a few weeks, August 20th.
Yeah. What's going on, Teddy?
How you guys doing?
Good
doing
morning.
Great, man. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Can you tell by the way the markets are moving that it's a central bank week?
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's a busy week across the board, man,
Yeah.
right? No matter what you're looking at almost, yeah.
And you know what would be interesting, I guess, is that, you know, we have the central bank out here today, but you get the Bank of England tomorrow, right?
Thursday at 7 a.m., I believe, yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, I think that's going to be a very interesting play tomorrow because the expectations are for a rate hike, and the pound, as you know, it's been acting just like the Australian dollar and the euro. They've been kind of just in a narrow, wide range trade, just basing kind of.
yes.
So,
You know what's interesting is that, you know, like, I'm wondering, you know, you get the pound laying down basically the lows, and if the expectation is for the rise, it's like, okay, you know, is that thing going to pop? Because, I mean, when you look at it fundamentally, you know, the last time they did this, they raised the rate, and a month later they had to bring it back down.
I think in 2016, right?
Yeah.
Remember,
So it's like, okay, you know, is the market going to, you know, basically say, oh no, Europe is going to start tightening? You know, it's going to be kind of intriguing, don't you think?
I do. I think it is going to be kind of a dead cat bounce, though, because even if they do raise, let's say they raise the rates tomorrow, our expected rate hike won't be until next month.
Yes.
And if that's so, it's pretty much going to kind of cancel each other out. You know what I mean? For both currencies. So at least in the dollar-pound relationship, I think that if you get a rate hike tomorrow, then there's possibly get a nice little rally that'll go up until September, maybe end of August, you know, or towards heading into that period, you know. So, and when it hits that area before our next Fed meeting, that's when you'll probably see it just retrace back to the levels where it is now, waiting upon our potential action in September.
Yeah, because I mean, well, the 10-year hit 3% this morning. Our rates are still so much more expensive than their rates. It's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah.
Right, the 10-year actually, yeah, I think they're still hitting the lows right now in the current trading right now. So somewhere around 119, I think.
Yeah. So hey, what else? I saw in you're writing up. We're talking about the Canadian dollar. Let's start. What are you thinking with the Canadian dollar here?
Okay, Canadian dollar right now, I think we have a really good chance at it going down to 128 even for a nice little retracement.
Okay.
And that would be a good little spot for a little digestive phase. I don't think that selling pressure is going to get overzealous around that area, especially with all the trade talks and right now where things may be neutralizing between us and Canada. So I think it's more of a technical break right now. The U.S. dollar or Japanese yen, though, that's the one where I'm really still thinking you're going to get the most action right now over the next week or so.
And where do you think the yen's going? We're at what, 111.5 or something right now?
Well, right now I'm looking at 111.403 as a good pivot, a directional pivot. And I think above that, you can get up to 112.750. That's probably about the extent of what a rally will get out of it. But if it gets below 111.403, then I'm looking for it to get down to like the 110.600 area. And if it trades back into that area, well, then I think we have the nice beginnings of a short-term downtrend where you can start to look to sell rallies.
Okay. That'll drive the Nikkei lower, man. That Nikkei can't stand it when that yen gets strong, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think that, like you said, with the 10-year, watching the interest rates over the next couple days, that's going to be the catalyst because you have three major cross rates that are drifting: the Australian dollar, U.S. dollar, the euro, U.S. dollar, and the pound dollar. Besides the Fed meeting or their other central bank meetings, they just haven't been going anywhere. Nothing seems to get them to stir. You know, while as the yen dollar, that's been trading like you wouldn't know it's a summer trade, right?
Right.
You know, same with the Canada. So.
And then I was just going to say, so on a day like today, Teddy, where really, I know you said it's, FOMC week, but really nothing much expected. That would be a surprise.
Right.
Do you look for anything today on that announcement in terms of trading, whether it's the dollar or the euro or anything?
Oh, absolutely. Today, like I said, I think today was, we started off, it's a typical Fed day. I think it's going to be just like any normal announcement day. Come 12:45, 1 o'clock, everyone's going to start to come back to look at their screens. And, I mean, obviously there's no one in the pits anymore. So, and then I think once the announcement comes out, that you're going to see probably a nice little knee-jerk reaction to the upside and the downside, especially in the interest rates, because you're right before the close, the currencies. Now, that would be, I mean, especially if you see the leaning bias of a rate hike for us, and any comments about the Bank of England, you may see something jitter the pound a little bit, but I really don't think you're going to see that until tomorrow. But I think that you'll get a little sell-off in the yen, and I think the Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar, you'll still get to see some action in this afternoon, but nothing until later. And I highly would suggest that unless you really have a position where you got a lead on it, I would say get out. Come back tomorrow, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. And when Teddy's talking, folks, 12:45, 1 o'clock, he's talking Central Time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Because that's the God in Chicago, the Chicago pits, right? There's no doubt. Yeah. You got to love it, man. You got to love it.
Totally.
It's going to be intriguing, too, is that, we know that there's no statement. I mean, there's no press conference, so no one's looking for anything because of no press conference. But it's going to be intriguing, like, okay, are they going to have something in there about the tariffs?
They get to choose their language wisely, right?
They do.
So what does it say?
There's a lot of things that happen economically that have basically changed in the last 3 months.
Are they going to comment on it? Right. And if they do, what are they going to say?
And what are they going to say?
Yeah.
Are they, more than likely they'll try to stay away from it.
They always do, but
I don't know about the tariffs because of the fact that GM was saying they're going to get hit so hard.
And that's why they do try and stay away from it, and that's why the market really hears them when they do say something, because it's a very purposeful statement when they put something in there about some of that stuff, if you happen to see any of that this afternoon.
There's no doubt. So are you looking, Teddy, going forward, what do you think about this dollar? You think the dollar's going to, what's your stand on the U.S. dollar?
The U.S. dollar, I think that we're going to start to see a little bit of weakness over the next couple months. Nothing major. I don't think it's a big trend move. I think that just more of a corrective, to reset the other currencies. We have, like you said, we have these different trade talks that are coming into play, and that was also, this is also a poker move by our government. Whether it's Trump or our economy versus other economies, we're bringing things to the table in discussions that were dead discussions. They're no longer dead discussions. Some of these things may, start to balance things out, and so far right now is, a month ago we were the news was talking about how bad all these things we were doing, all the horrible things it was going to do to the economy. Well, now a month later we have trade talks happening. We have trade deals that are actually better for America that are happening.
It's going to be a while.
We're going to find out real soon, totally.
Listen, Teddy, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to having you on next week.
Okay, take care, guys.
Thanks. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.